You have to understand the role that some of these things played in my childhood. Let When Street Fighter hit the scene in the early 90s, like it changed the fighting game genre forever. Like it's not like there wasn't fighting games before Street Fighter. Street Fighter was just in a class of its own. It's one of those games that whenever it comes up, my mind immediately goes back to arcades in the early 90s. Look, arcades back then, they're 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 nothing like what you think of arcades now. Like if a kid says an arcade, what he thinks of an arcade now, it's not what it was back then. It was like, imagine a dark pool hall, remove all of the pool tables, line the walls with games, and every now and again there'd be a game like in the center of the room. I don't know how they did that. Maybe had a plug in the floor or something. I don't know. Anyway, and it was just wall to wall games. People came in with their quarters, and you heard a lot of cursing. Not gonna lie, a lot of people talking smack, people playing fighting games, adventure games. I remember, what was it, Golden Axe? I remember when that was in the arcade. Of course, Pac-Man, that was an arcade. Killer Instinct was another one, Mortal Kombat. But Street Fighter to me was the one that set them all off. This was peak Capcom right here. So when I see stories like this, I want it to be good. I want it to be good. Doesn't mean it is going to be good, but I sure do want it to be. Okay, Street Fighter, Jason Momoa, Roman Reigns, Andrew Koji, Noah Centineo, 50 Cent, and more. 50 Cent was a surprise to me. I was like, what? 50 Cent in Street Fighter? What the heck? Okay, now you got my attention. I just don't know, like, who's he going to play? Let's see. Who are they playing? Okay, Roman Reigns is playing Akuma. Okay. The powerful fighter driven by dark energy in the Street Fighter series, who first appeared in Street Fighter II Turbo 1994. Akuma is the younger brother of Goken, who is Ryu and Ken's master. Jason Momoa is playing Blanka. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That makes sense. A disgraced boxer who is also the bodyguard of the villain. It's reported he's deep into training and will be doing his own stunts. I'm not surprised by that. Andrew Koji, I don't know this guy's playing Ryu. You got to be, if you're going to play Ryu, you better be good. You better be good. The titular Street Fighter, described as a martial artist who has mastered the art of Satsukin, man, and travels the world in search of worthy opponents to battle. Neo Centineo is playing Ken Masters, Ryu's friend and rival who trained with Ryu from a young age. Okay. Orville Peck is Vega. 50 Cent is playing Barlog. Okay. A Balrog. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's funny. I have not played Street Fighter in so long that I'm thinking back on these characters and I'm like, wow. Let's see the movie details. The Street Fighter movie is being developed by Legendary, based on the hit video games by Capcom. Bad Trips, Cato Sakurai is the director, who also directed episodes of Peacock's Twisted Metal starring Anthony Mackie. Legendary recently acquired the exclusive film and TV rights to the franchise. No release date has been set. This got me wondering now. Oh, it's going to go into a little bit of history. Okay, I can dig it. The origins of Street Fighter. The Street Fighter video game debuted in 1987. I didn't realize that it was that early. As a fighting game with a focus on one-on-one martial arts battles. The original game featured the playable fighters Ryu and Ken, with the CPU characters Retsu, Geiki, Joe, Mikey, Lee, Jin, Birdie, and Eagle. I don't remember that one. And I might not have been paying attention to games too heavily at that time. Well, no, I take that back because I had the Sega Master System. I was a Sega kid. Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega CD. And then shortly after the Dreamcast, Sega sadly stopped making consoles. And the Dreamcast was kind of ahead of its time in a lot of ways. Sega just, I don't know what Sega's deal was with getting people to support them and getting games in. They just always seem to struggle with that later on, in their history. I don't know what happened. The game would explode in popularity with the release of Street Fighter II arcade game in 1991. And this is when my memory of Street Fighter begins. This is when, man, this time I know everybody thinks their time is the greatest, when they were young, but man, this time in video games, oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. 1991, which introduced all playable characters, including the additions of Blanka, Chun-Li, Dhalsim, E Honda, Guile, and Bison, Vega, and Zangief. As the series expanded, so did its global tournament storyline, often centered around the criminal syndicate Shadaloo and its leader, M. Bison. With over 55 million copies sold worldwide, Street Fighter remains one of the most iconic and best-selling video game franchises of all times. 55 million is a lot of copies. A film was released in 1994. I remember that film. It's been so long since I've seen it. I might go watch it again after this. Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme and as Colonel Guile, Ming-Na Wen as Chung-Li, and Raul Julia as Bison, which at the time made about 100 million at the box office. Yo, the fact that it made 100 million when it came out, that's pretty crazy. I don't know if I'm excited about this because it could go either way. This could be a great movie. It could be great, but it could be hokey. A lot of these movies, sometimes when they try to recreate these movies, they feel slightly campy, but out of pure nostalgia alone, I'm excited for this. I want to see it, and I want this thing to do well.